How you doing? This is my 2021 Model Y. I just wanted to share with you my installation of my Nestour 2021 ambient lighting. This is what it looks like from the back seat. You got both front seats illuminated. You got Footwell lighting in the back. You got Footwell lighting in the front. You got the center console lit up, and then you got the air vent in the dashboard lit up. If you notice, there's nothing, no wires in the center console. You open this up, the socket's not being used. So if you stay tuned and watch my video, I'll show you how I did my clean install. Basically, I added another socket at the footwell of the driver's seat. If you see that little red light, that's the switch for the lighting. Here you go. There's the switch. Press the switch to turn it off. Press the switch to turn it on. So if you want to stay tuned and watch, I'll give you a step-by-step process on how I installed everything. Nice and clean, no wires exposed. Go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. You know the drill. Thanks a lot. Alright, I'm gonna start off with a few items that I purchased for this install. I got the Nestour lighting kit from Amazon. It's the Nestour 2021-2022 Tesla Model 3Y interior car neon lights. It comes with the center console. I got the $95.99 package. And then I went to O'Reilly and I purchased a power outlet, or a cigarette lighter outlet. That part number is 10241. 12 volt power outlet with ceramic element. 10241 at O'Reilly Auto Parts store. And then I bought a couple wires, 16 gauge from O'Reilly as well. Part number is 85724 for the black and 85726 for the red, 16 gauge. Alright, so let me start off with opening the package for this Nestour. That's what it looks like. It comes with the light elements, or what do you call these? Fiber optic element, and then you got all the wiring and footwell lighting inside the package. You got the controller, and then you got the plug for the power supply. That's what it looks like inside the box here. What else we got here? Looks like it comes with some double stick tape. And yeah, that's it. First I started off with the dashboard here. Let me show you. You got to start off on the passenger, on the driver's side, and just start prying off these covers. There you go. Just pry it off there. Use a plastic prying tool. This pops out nice and easy. There you see one of the fiber optics coming through here.
Yeah, I did it.
I think that's pretty much it. We don't have to remove anything else on this side. Let's see. Then we go up over on the other side. Pop this side out. There you go. I guess that's how you do it. But anyways, there's the fiber optic right there. Once you remove that, it's probably a good idea to remove this side panel as well on this side, because we're gonna have to run the light element right here. There you go. And then you can start popping off this dashboard. There. You just pull up right here until you hear a click and start pulling it off.
Oh, I'm pressing.
Then you go over on the other side and do the same thing. It's pretty difficult. There you go. Once it pops out, you should be able to just pull the whole thing out. So let me show you what it looks like here. This on the end, see how I took the fiber optic, and there's a nice hole right here where you can feed it through. So I ran it through here, and you can feed it through this hole right here, so you don't pinch the fiber optic. Hopefully you could see that. Same thing on the other side. Looks just like that. So if I pull this out, you can see that there's a little space right here where you can run the fiber optic, so you're not pinching it. And then it'll run straight down to here, where you can connect the little lighting element. So let's pull this out. Alright, now you can see how I ran it. Inside the vent, there's a little crack right there in between. So I decided to run it this way because I didn't want to glue it with the double-sided tape along the edge here, because everybody says that it looks messy. There's no way that you can get it super straight, and you got to make it straight so it looks good. So what I did was I followed another installer that decided to install it on the inside of the vent here. So now it's a nice consistent installation. There's a little crack right here, right underneath the top of this, that you can wedge the fiber optic inside of. So what I did was I added the double-sided tape on the top of the fiber optic, and then I wedged it inside of that crack, and I went all the way across. So it's nice and clean. I don't know. I also didn't suggest putting it up on the edge here, because I've seen other people where it the adhesive starts to weaken, and then it just starts to come off, and it looks like crap. So let me just measure on this side. I added an extra 6 inches of fiber optic, and that's where I cut it off at 6 inches. And then on the driver's side, I have about an extra 2.5 inches to 3 inches. That's how much I have extra on the driver's side. About 3 inches. That's pretty much it. Put that double stick tape along the top. It's better because there's more of a surface to stick onto, and then wedge it inside the little crack inside the vent. You can see. Where's my flashlight at? I don't know if you could see that, but yeah, that's what it looks like inside there. You'll see that wedge, or you'll see that little crack once you take off the front panel. With that, just pop everything back in. You should be able to just reinstall the wooden panel. Again, this is a 2021 Model Y. I'll show you how I did the center console fiber optics. This is what it looks like. Nice clean install. I started off over here on this side, and then I stuffed it inside. You could see on the side here, it ends about that far in, right where it starts to curve. I ended it there, so that's going to be your starting point. Stuff it in there, and then just keep stuffing it inside of the crack all the way around. Stuff it all the way around. Stuff it all the way around and come back around. And I did the same thing on this side. And then I came around the curb. Right here. Austin, move your seat forward. And then what I did was I came in through the end here where it curves, and then I drilled a hole right there on the inside of the plastic housing for a nice clean install. I'll show you that in a bit. This out, so it's easy. You just take your fingers and you pull on one side till it pops out. Do the same thing on the other side. Boom. This pops out. There is a clip down here, a clip on the top, same down here, and another on top. All you have to do is disconnect this cable harness. Pull up on that clip and pull it out. There you go. So now you could put this out of the way. And then, so you're gonna have to pull on this guy. Let's see here. How do I do this? Oh yeah, you gotta take out that bottom first before you can take this middle piece off. You gotta pop this down here. There you go. Just move your front seat forward as far as you can, and then take your pry tool, come in from the bottom, and then pry on it, pull it out. It'll start to snap out of place. You should be able to keep moving it. The rest of it will just pop out. There you go. So that's what that bottom piece looks like. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clips that you need to remove. Once you pull that out, now there's a couple screw Torx T10 screws that you have to remove here, 1 and 2, in order to pull out this middle cover. Which actually, you know what? Yeah, I guess it'd be a good idea to do that. Let's go get the Torx 10 screw. So, actually, I made a mistake. I thought it was T10s, but it's actually T20. So take a T20 Torx screwdriver and remove those 2 screws. Once you remove those 2 screws down there, then you can just start pulling on this and be able to pull it out. There you go. This pops out nice and easy. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips that you need to pop out, and you just pop it straight out that way towards the back of the car, and they all pop out. Here you go. You can see where I put the light element right here. I tucked it inside this area right here. And here goes the cable that powers it. So that's pretty much it. Let's measure how much extra I cut. So again, I started off at the left side on the driver's side, and that's where it ends, right there. Right where it curbs, and went all the way around towards the front, the 2 corners there, and then it comes back around. And then what I did was, I don't know if you could see it, but I drilled a hole about right there, so I could pop out the fiber optic, and I don't pinch it, and it has a nice smooth curve here. So you can see where I drilled it right there to the side.
I thought we were ready.
Hold on, I'm filming. And then so let me measure how much extra fiber optic I have there. So I would give myself an extra 13 inches. Right here, give myself an extra 13 inches to get to the bottom here, so I could just slide the lighting element down inside this little void there. So that's what it looks like. So just in case if you ever want to pull out this fiber optic, you can pull everything out and you're not gonna see any holes or anything like that, because it's nice and hidden down at the corner over here where the this synthetic leather meets the plastic housing. nobody will ever see a hole right there. And this is the power cable for that lighting element right here, and it gets routed right here down the center console at the bottom of the base of the center console. All right, now I'm going to show you how I installed the fiber optic on the back of these seats here. Let's see. I started from the inside here, and then I went all the way around, and I ended up on the outside part of the seat, and then that's where it curves in, and I have it connected to my light source about in this part, in this area right here on the left side of the driver's seat. Well, let's see, let me show you how I popped everything off to make everything nice and neat. You're gonna have to pull this down a little bit on the left side, and then you're gonna have to push this metal clip over to open it, and then pull that up. That way you can get the left side of the headrest started, and then hold that in the up position to keep that clip from re-engaging. And then you're gonna go on the right side and look for the metal clip as well. Pry on that, pull it out, and as you're pulling that clip out, pull on this headrest, and it should slide off. There you go, see? Once you disengage those two metal clips, see, it fits inside of this little groove area here. That groove area right here, and then the other groove area right there, it fits in there. Once you pop this out, this should slide up. Oh, but it crashes into the window there, the roof window. So you're gonna have to bring your seat down to create a little bit more clearance so you could pull this out. All right, once you have enough clearance to pull that out, that headrest pops off. Set that aside. You can bring the seat back, so give yourself some room back in the back seat. All right, once you take off the headrest, now you should be able to pop this off. I think you have to pull up and pull out. Let's see. Oh, you know what? There's a couple of clips that are holding the bottom of this back cover right here. See, I'm not sure if you can see it. Go to the back of your seat, lay down, and you're gonna find a couple clips here attached to some elastic bands. All you have to do is unclip those. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna unclip it for now. I'll just show you what I did. So you should be able to just pull up and pull out. Or is it pushed down? Oh, it's the other way. You push down and out. There you go. There you go. So you push down and pull out. So this is what it looks like on the inside, see? So here are the two clips, 1 and 2. So you gotta push down and out in order to pop the back of your seat out. And here's a couple holes here, 1 and 2, which the headrests fall into those holes and lock it in place. That's what it looks like. So once you pop this out, it exposes the back seat. Actually, so I just want to let you know, once I cut the fiber optic on the dashboard to size, and then the second thing I cut out was the center console. Then whatever I had left gave me just enough and more for the 2 back seats. So all I did was take the balance of the fiber optic and I cut it in half, so each seat would have the same amount of fiber optic. You have plenty of fiber optic for this build. So, but anyways, the adhesive, the 3M adhesive, I added it to the 2 back seats here and had just enough. So if you do, when you do install the 3M adhesive, you can use it for that front dashboard, and it'll fit if you add it completely to that. You don't need any adhesive for the center console, but you do need it for your 2 back seats. So if you line this completely with the 3M tape, you'll have just enough to do both seats and the dashboard, and you won't have any more left, but you'll have exactly enough to do all 3 pieces. So let me just show you where I started. If you can see here, I started at this end over here on the right side of the seat. I figured this area on the inside is going to be the most viewed by your passengers, or when they look at the fiber optic at night. So I figured I wanted to have a nice clean end over here, so I cut it there, and then I double-sided stuck the tape here, and it goes all the way around. And on the inside here, actually on the outside towards the door side of your driver's seat, that's where I have the fiber optic curved down inside, right before this clip on the left side. It curves down inside and it goes underneath the seat here. You want to see what that looks like, I can unhook this. There you go. And then that's where it goes. It goes inside there, and then I just hook up the light source to the end of that. But basically that's what it looks like. So do the same thing for your passenger seat on the right side. Start from the inside, like it did here, and come around towards the outside, towards the door, right? And then right here, see how it ends over here? I didn't go to the end because there's a clip here that I want to avoid. All I did was curve on the inside here, and then it fits on right on the inside. There's the light element. Hopefully you could see that. And so I bent it right here before this clip, and then I have it running on the left side of this clip right here, which clips into these two holes here. So the wire should actually come around this way, and then down this way in between here, right before this this hole right here where this clip fits in. So I did relieve this area right here. I cut a little bit of it. Don't cut too much because you don't want to cut into the fiber optic and allow that fiber optic to pop out through the through this fin area. And I think that's it. I'm gonna show you how I ran all the cables, the light sources to power up those fiber optics. From the driver's side, we're gonna remove this panel right here. Take this panel off, and inside here you're gonna have a huge space to put all your wires, all your wiring, all your controller for your lights and all that stuff is gonna be stored inside here. See, no wires, no nothing. It's all inside here. So this is what it looks like. My socket, it's plugged in right now. Yeah, I can turn it off, I can turn it on. Right, so I can unplug that. See, the wire goes tucks inside right here into the center console. This is your socket that I purchased from O'Reilly. And then here's your power, your negative 24 volts, and then here's your positive 24 volts up there. So all I had to do was remove one of the stock screws, which is right here, that holds this plastic panel in place. It looks like this one, it's a Torx. I believe it's a Torx, might be a 20. But anyways, that's where I put that. I took that screw out and then I replaced it with a larger screw so that I could hold on to the bracket for this cigarette lighter socket. So anyways, let's pop this out. That plugs in there, and see, it's a nice clean install with no cables showing, but that's what it looks like just like that. Couple cables here, your positive 24 volts, minus 24 volts, and gets hidden behind this panel. And then you have just one more cable that's about two inches long here that's showing, and it hides into this crack right here. Now let's pop this out so you can see what it looks like on the inside. It's easy to pop this out. Just take your pry bar, pry it there, and then you can just start pulling on this, and there should just be a few clips that's holding it in place. All right, let's see. There you go. There you go. You can put your hand back there. There you go. That pops out at the top. Oh man. Ouch. I might want to remove this socket here, but let's see. I don't know if I'm able to pull everything out without taking it out. Okay, it's starting to slide out. I'm having a hard time with one of these clips at the bottom now. Why is it so hard? There you go. Damn. That was a little difficult. Anyways, there you go. This just slides right out. This is what it looks like on the inside. This is it. This pops out right here and plugs in. So this is what it looks like without the panel on. Here's your positive 24 volts, minus 24 volts, and it comes down inside the center console area. And then this is your plug for your LED module that plugs in there. All right. This is where you're going to store all of your wires, your module for your LED lights, all in the middle here. And you have just enough slack on this so that you could plug it in and hide all these cables, which is kind of nice. Here you can see where I ran the plus and minus 24 volts here. This is your red wire. I use 16 gauge, and here's your black wire. That's also 16 gauge. And if you follow this, the end of it, I have the two 1/4 inch insulated spade connectors that plug into your cigarette lighter socket, the one that I purchased from O'Reilly. And then if you follow these two cables, 16 gauge, run up into your center console where you have your $12-volt socket right there. So I tapped into this 12-volt socket here and soldered in a couple of these 16 gauge cables, and I fished it through the center console down this way. It popped out here along the left side, and then I brought it up over to my new cigarette lighter socket there, and that's how I got my power. I figured that's the best way to get my power. It's all in this area. It's fused, since this already has actually it's not fused, it has an electronic breaker. Whenever it gets overloaded, the Tesla got rid of the fuse for this circuit and just replaced it with an electronic breaker. So that'll shut off and turn on depending on whether the circuit is overloaded or it shorts out. All right, I'll show you how I did that a little bit later. But yeah, this is it. No wires. If you want a no wire install, this is where you're gonna keep all of your wires and your elements, your modules. Here you go. Here's the 3 power wires, 1, 2, 3, that go along the left side of the console here. One of them is going to be for your center console. Let me turn this on. This right here. So if you follow this wire, it goes up. I pushed it inside of this, I wedged it inside of this crack right here, and I pushed it all the way through. One of them goes all the way towards the back, and then it pops out, and it powers this center console. Fiber optic. And then the other two, then the other two that you see here is gonna be 1, 2. One is for the Footwell lighting in the back. So if you follow that, it's for the Footwell lighting in the back, right here, and the back fiber optic of the back seat right here. That's the other 2 wires. So if you want to see how I did that, all you do is 1 second. This is what it looks like outside of the box here. Once you pull this outside of the box, you're gonna have 2 long light sources for your fiber optics, and then you're gonna have 2 short ones. All right, the 2 long ones I use for the back seat fiber optics, because that's the furthest run that you're gonna have to run. And then comes your center console. I used one of the shorter ones right here, and then you need your dashboard light element, so I use the other short one for that one. But they're nice because all you have to do is take this long one right here for your back seat and unplug it. Once you unplug this, boom, now you're free to run this however way you want. So it's a nice small firm for these Footwell lighting. Once you take apart the wire tie, there's 4 of these Footwell lightings, and you're gonna want to remove these Footwell lightings from the connector. So there's going to be 2 longer ones. These 2 are the longer ones, and then these 2 are the shorter ones. So for the longer ones, which go to the back, the back seats to the back Footwell, for the back seats, you're going to use the longer ones because it's a longer run. So what you do is take this connector. Keep in mind that there is an input side and an output side for these Footwell lights. So you're gonna unplug it just like that, pull it out, and then you're gonna want to fish the end of this cable down the center console over to underneath the seat. So for example, so I'm gonna leave this over here. So take this complete wire harness, and it's going to be stuffed inside here like so. once you stuff everything inside there, you got to take the two longer ones, two longer of these Footwell lights, which is gonna be this one and this one, right? So one of them you're going to run from inside. You're gonna pull it. You're gonna pull it along here, and then down the center console towards the back, right? And then, of course, since you remove the LED light from it, it's a nice small connector that you'd be able to push through underneath that rail. Okay, so again, let me show you. Once you take this connector from over here, from the back side, you should be able to pull it through. You're gonna have to push it through the center here, where that where the cut is in between, where the cut is on the carpet. Right there, wherever you see that cut in the carpet, you should be able to pull it through, and then it will pop out on the other side here. And then once it pops out on the other side, see, I got the two cables right here. Once it pops out here, then just run it along here inside of that carpet above the air vent. So there it is. There's the two cables right there. You can see that. And then pull it up this way, make it pop out through the whole side hole right there, and then just run it along this wire harness and zip tie everything. And then, if you can see, I taped it with the double-sided tape on the back of the metal support there on the seat. So I think that's the perfect place to stick it to. Make sure you clean that metal bracket with some alcohol before you put the double stick tape on it. But that's how I did mine. And then once you pull all that cable over, then make sure you plug in your LED. There's that 3M double stick tape. So take that rectangular 3M double stick tape, tape that on here, and then remove the plastic backing, and you should be able to stick it on the back of that bracket for that seat. And you always have to make sure you pay attention to the input side. So you want to plug this back in to the input side before you put the double stick tape and tape it on there. So you do the same thing on the other side, the passenger seat, on the back side of the passenger seat, but run it along the right side of the center console and have it pop out right there. Go underneath the metal rail and it'll pop out. Same thing, and run it across the vent inside of that the carpet seam and up and out through the wire harness, and then tape it onto tape it with the double set stick tape onto the metal bracket on the other side. So it's the same deal. Make sure you use the longer ones, again, the longer 2 of the 4 Footwell lights, and you should be good. All right. Again, this was the shorter one of the LED light for the center console, and the other short LED light that you're gonna use, one of these guys. There's 2 short ones. This is gonna be a short one for your center console, and the other short one is gonna be for your dashboard LED supply light. So that one you're gonna, let me show you how I ran that. So same thing, this wire harness is gonna be inside of your center console right there. So for this guy, you're gonna take the shorter one of the short ones. So this one would be one of the short ones, right? There's 2 short ones and 2 long ones. So take one of the short ones, because the 2 longer ones belong to your back seats, to the back seat of your driver's side and your passenger side. So take one of the shorter ones, unplug it, just like that. It's the short one. And then what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna want to stick this down, stick the end of this connector down inside there, and you're gonna fish it through until you see it pop out underneath here. Once you pop it out, once it pops out down here, you can just grab it with your finger and pull it through. Once you pull it through here, it'll be nice and long. One second. Once the wire pops out down here, then all you're gonna want to do is pull on it and then bring it all the way around here, all the way to the end, to the corner over there. And of course you're gonna pop this panel out just like you did on the driver's side. And then all you're gonna do is run the end of this to the center console underneath, and then you're gonna just plug it back in. Just like that. And you're done with that light. All right, the last part of the install is gonna be, of the LED install, is gonna be your Footwell lights in the front. So this is on the driver's side Footwell light. It's going to be the 2 shorter ones, of course. Sorry for repeating everything, but I just want to be clear. So use the 2 shorter cables for the Footwell light. So I want to show you where I installed the first Footwell light. It's this one right here. I just installed it along the side here with the double stick tape, and the connector connects in from the back, so it's that way you can minimize the amount of cable that's sticking out. You can see where the cable sticks out right there. And then I just stuffed it behind the plastic panel underneath here. So stuff it along here, stuff it through there, and then through here, stuff it around. You can stick it behind the carpet there and then run it towards the corner over there and down. And so you should be able to hold on. Where's my cable at? Oh, there it is, right here. So I have it stuffed behind the carpet here, behind the accelerator pedal, and then it comes around here this way and plug it into your module inside there. Actually, it's not plugged in to the module there. That's hardwired. Now on the passenger side, it's the same deal. Sorry, it's about 6:25 in the morning. This is my only time I have to film this, so here you go is the original Footwell lighting from the factory, the Tesla one, and then this is the Nestour Footwell lighting. So again, I just used the double-sided tape, stuck it on right here at towards the end of the plastic panel. And then the wire, if you can see, the wire is on the left side, and I just stuffed it behind the carpet. And then so stuff it behind the carpet until you get to the center console area, and then you're just gonna run it down behind there and into the center console area. I'm not gonna pop this out anymore, but that's how I ran the passenger side Footwell light, and it's nice and tucked away, nice and neat, and it's hiding inside of your center console area. All right, so now I'm gonna show you how I installed this O'Reilly cigarette lighter socket. Comes with a bracket here that you can use to mount the socket right there. So all you gotta do is take a Torx T20 screwdriver and remove the stock screw right there. Once you remove that stock screw, now you'll have a nice screw hole to mount to. Then I replaced it with one of these screws that has the same diameter as the original screw. So I think this is 1/2 inch, and the new screw that I put in there is 1 inch. So all you're gonna do is take this apart, unscrew the back portion of the cigarette socket, set those two pieces aside. Now you're gonna take the bracket. I used the last hole on the back, and then all you gotta do is thread that in to your existing screw hole. Once you thread that in, tighten it down, boom. So now you have your mount installed. cigarette lighter socket mount. Then you take your socket, install it, take the back side and screw that in. It should hold itself in place, just like that. It has a cover if you want to cover it up and not use it. Boom. And then you take your two power wires, your positive 12 volts and your negative 12 volts, which I tapped into the original cigarette lighter right here. If you follow this, it goes up this way, up towards the cigarette lighter, and I tapped into that, soldered it onto the cigarette lighter cables. But anyways, you just take these, and the outer one is your negative and the inner one is your positive. Actually, let's just double check that. Yeah, so this is going to be your positive lead, and the outside is going to be your negative lead. So plug this in, screw it in place, take your positive wire and plug that in. Take your negative lead and plug that in. And now you can plug in your lighting into that and turn it on. So that's what it looks like. Again, this will tuck away right in this in behind the panel. Once you put your carpet panel back in place, it'll tuck right here. So you just see like about an inch of cable there, which is nothing, and it's down by your feet anyways. And then these two power leads will tuck in behind the carpet as well. Once you reinstall that carpet center console panel, and then this will get tucked in behind just like that. So once you put your carpet panel back in, all these wires are all hidden. Make sure you use these insulated terminal wire terminals. They're 1/4 inch spade connectors, and that way they're protected and being insulated just in case they get unplugged or whatever, and this positive wire falls down and hits a piece of metal on your car, and that way you can prevent it from shorting out. That's pretty much it for the wiring. There's another video